See if that will calm down. There we go. Good morning. Thank you for taking time to come out this morning for this address. This has been several months of work for me, so I'm excited to get this started and go to work with it. So spend the next few minutes talking to you about creating our signature. I thought since this was a little something new, I would begin with a little background first. As part of the hiring process, the selection committee forwarded a recommendation that the successful candidate deliver an academic address that outlined initiatives for academic affairs for the next 5 years. I am both honored and humbled to be that successful candidate, and again, very excited to present these initiatives to you. I began this process by drafting these initiatives, what I thought was important for Midwestern State University to work on over the next several years. I then cross-referenced that with our new strategic plan. Then took it to a retreat with the deans, and we worked in a retreat to discuss and refine these initiatives. Finally, I met with Dr. Shipley to make sure these aligned with her vision for the university. So again, by way of this address, I will invite you to participate in what I'm calling creating our signature. I'm referring to this as a signature because I believe that's something that we're lacking. A signature reflects one's personality, it's individualistic, and it's distinctive. Sometimes the act of signing becomes, or the style of signing becomes synonymous with the act itself. John Hancock, you've heard that expression, but I really want it to go beyond that. I want it to be something that is truly distinctive and sets Midwestern State University apart. I also want it to be reflective of our core values and of our mission. I think the need for a signature may lie in our history. MSU started in 1922 as a junior college, and that has a very specific mission. We then transitioned to a university, and again, that has a mission and a culture in itself. But we were primarily a commuter-based campus. In recent years, we've become increasingly residential. With that, I think there is a need for a cultural shift. To truly be residential, to be successful, we must provide the quality education piece, but also a meaningful campus experience. Once we have our signature, it's my hope that we will be able to answer collectively or with one voice what or who Midwestern State University is, followed by all of the great things that we do. And again, the process I have planned will allow us to focus on, to embrace what we do best. To create a signature, I propose that we work in 3 areas. Some of these things we'll complete quickly, some will take time. The 3 focal areas I believe are important for us at this time is our curriculum, elements of student support, and working on some of our traditions and our identity. I've referenced these areas with our new strategic plan, and you'll be relieved to know that I won't go through those one at a time. I just wanted you to get a feel for the impact and the reach for these initiatives as we go through them. The first of these, under the curriculum, you may recognize if you attended one of my interview presentations, and this is a series of minors. I know we have a number of minors on the books already, but I want these to be different. I want us to think a little broader. I would like to see these serve a wide range of our student population. It's my intent that when we ask a student what he or she wants to do with a particular degree, that we could refer them to one of these minors that will tailor their educational experience and help them in their life goals and their direction. These minors may, for example, have 4 courses that are common, followed by 2 that would help to further fine-tune a specific area of interest. When we think about ideas for this, what I'm looking for is, say, an artist, an engineer, and a biologist that all want to work independently or work for themselves. What common areas of interest, what things would help those broadly achieve their long-term goals. I would like to begin with 5 of these. The suggestions I would like to filter up through the department chairs and the deans. We'll gather these ideas, we'll select the first 5, and then I'll pull affinity groups together to flesh out the details, and I will shepherd this through the approval process. The second of these is our Signature Experiences program. As you look through this list, you may recognize all of these as high-impact practices. And we actually engage in all of these in one degree or another. What I'm suggesting is that we commit to a level of availability that we can require participation in one of these for graduation with a baccalaureate degree from Midwestern State University. I believe this will be one of the elements of MSU that sets us apart. I know this is not a unique idea, so what makes it special for MSU? Here, most of these high-impact practices are overseen by senior and/or tenured faculty. We are accessible as an educational choice for the large first-generation population that we serve. We're also of a size and with a faculty capable of delivering an elite private university experience within this small public university. I will appoint a task force to determine our current capacity, what barriers may exist for student participation in one or more of these experiences. I want to then finalize that list with a common culminating requirement to be considered signature, and then again shepherd this through the process for approval. The last area within our curriculum is growth of our graduate programs. As a Coplac University, we deliver primarily undergraduate degrees. However, we are appropriately mixed and balanced, and we have the opportunity to grow both sides proportionally. In the same spirit of offering minors, I believe we have the opportunity within our graduate programs to explore new concentrations, new options, new degrees. We have the expertise to, for example, offer new master's degrees, create 100% online versions of current master's degrees, or offer dual masters that enhance the marketability and the opportunity for our graduates. I invite the deans, the department chairs, and the graduate coordinators to revisit our current programs, identify those opportunities, and bring them forward. This is a part of our strategic plan, and we are committed to pursuing those that are within our reach. The other opportunity for growth in the graduate programs is obtaining approval for MSU to offer terminal degrees. We would be very selective and unique in our offering of terminal degrees, but I believe this would create a research and creative outlet for our faculty and be an important choice for a subset of our student population. I've already asked 3 deans to begin working on this process, and as we identify those programs, obviously we would pursue those easiest for us or the low-hanging fruit first and then chase down others later. Now we move to student support. As you know, a bridge program is intended to help students transition to the rigors and demand of university life. The creation of such a program is also part of our strategic plan. The first phase of our bridge program would address high-risk students, those that are required to take developmental courses, and those that are admitted by review. This program would deliver courses that these students would need to begin the fall semester with on-level college work. First sketch of this, we are thinking this would be an intensive 4-week program immediately prior to the beginning of the fall semester. I've asked Dr. Kristen Garrison and Dr. Christy Schulte to begin work on this, and obviously there is a lot of coordination with student affairs and academic affairs, a lot of work to be done. But I think later phases of our bridge program we could use to further support our first-generation college students and also our international students to help them acclimate to the rigorous but rewarding curriculum we deliver. That's a perfect segue to the next, and yes, I purposely avoided using the word bridge. And that's the reorganization of the Academic Success Center to tutoring and academic support programs. As you know, this initiative has already begun. This was a matter of timing, and I had to take advantage of the opportunity. But when we talk about support, among other meanings, it's about retention and success of our students. Recruiting is just the first stop. Then we have to work to support and see these students be successful as they've chosen Midwestern State University for their education. Part of this support is placing academic counselors with each of the colleges. It's my intention that they become expert in the majors in their respective college, that they work closely with faculty and students, and they provide a personalized and integrated level of support. We've also created comprehensive tutoring and supplemental instruction, and we model, and we have staff continuing to concentrate on delivering those services. We've also moved up the timeline for building out our tutoring center, and we're working on that as we speak, and hopefully that will be ready to occupy sooner rather than later. Our first-year experience is also in place and growing. Certainly one benefit of a first-year experience is that it helps connect the students to each other, to the university. It connects lessons and skills between subjects, but it just provides that sense of community. As we move forward with this program, I've asked for an analysis of the learning communities that are doing well, what other learning communities might be needed. And also, we will also be evaluating our academic seminar courses and our peer mentoring program to be sure we are achieving the things that we want to achieve with those. I also mentioned that with Legacy Hall, we have a housing facility that is designed to accommodate living and learning communities. Just planting a seed here, that might be a good idea for our next QEP. So how is targeted recruitment and enrollment related to student support? Think of it this way. If we identified majors where we have capacity across campus, but needed specific and focused recruiting efforts, and then we acted on that information, we would bring students to this campus that are focused and interested in that particular degree. They would move through the degree in a timely manner, reduce their changing majors or taking courses that we can't count towards a degree, or stopping out at some level. It also gives us the opportunity to bring them in from the beginning and recommend a signature minor or one of our signature experiences programs will be developed. Again, this will require considerable coordination and support with student affairs, but I believe student affairs and academic affairs will work closely together on this, as again, retention is an important part of what we need to accomplish. Now we move to the final focal area, and that's traditions and identity. As I said at the beginning of this address, I believe that as we've transitioned to a residential liberal arts university, our traditions have not kept pace with that change. In the next 5 years, we'll have a signature experiences program, signature minors, and overall an outstanding educational experience. But we also need those traditions that connect strongly our alum to MSU. The first of these, in an academic institution, graduation should be memorable. It should be an event, and it should celebrate the success of our students. What I propose is to begin this May is a senior campus walk. The seniors would gather at Hardin and then be ceremoniously led through each of the academic buildings with faculty and staff lining the hallways to congratulate them as they walk through. The seniors would then be dismissed, and a reception thanking the faculty and staff for a great year would follow. Let's imagine taking this a step further and really making this an event. What if Thursday evening began a graduation weekend with a senior campus walk? What if that continued into Friday morning with a lunch with the graduates, their families, faculty, staff, the community, with tents by college lining the quad? What if Friday afternoon we continued with pinnings and other special ceremonies? And then Friday evening in Legan, we graduated half of the colleges with their respective faculty. And Saturday morning, we graduated the other half with their respective faculty. I'll tell you that my conversations with community leaders and businesses, they really want to be a part of something like this, and I hope the MSU family would embrace it as well. Again, to connect our alum to the university, we have to build traditions and memories. I will appoint one more task force to explore this idea and these options. Have you noticed around commencement the students that are crawling through the landscape to get pictures with the corner and entrance markers at MSU? I think the one on Taft and Hempstead seems to be popular. The Mustang sculptures at Midwestern and Taft also seem to be popular. It's obvious that the students want this, their families want this. Why don't we formalize these photo opportunities, have a photographer here, and we even create an MSU ready mat that will include those two photos with their diploma have those in the bookstore. These all sound rather small, but you'll be surprised at the importance of small traditions like this. I am working with Dr. Shipley and others on a new Mustang sculpture that I really want to see here and incorporate into all these traditions, but I don't want to jinx that work too early. So if you want to know about it, I'll be happy to share that with you later. I've talked about it, I think, with everybody that will listen. One last important area that I think we need to strengthen is our connection of our current students with our alum. Doing so will provide the opportunity for students to see successful role models that have been where they are. It provides the opportunity for more internships with our current students and our alum. It also models for our current students the idea to always reach back and help a fellow Mustang forward. I would suggest beginning this with hosting maybe an outstanding alumni luncheon with our celebration of scholarship, bringing some of our best alum together with some of our best students. I will ask the Celebration of Scholarship Committee to investigate this and to tell me what it would take, well, other than money, what it would take to establish this and to put this idea in place. In closing, I want to say thank you for trusting me to be your Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. This is my alma mater. This is my home. I still wear my MSU Master's ring, and it is certainly my privilege to serve you in this capacity. And now, beginning Monday morning, I invite you to work with me to establish MSU's signature. Thank you. Thank you again for taking time out to be here this morning. Please join me in a reception in the main foyer of Hardin. Before you leave, there's food and lunch, and if you have to go off to the next class, I certainly understand. But again, thank you very much.